a film, Sullivan's Travels, written and directed by Preston Sturges, released on, even have the day, December 29th, 1941. Now, this film, a lot of times, it's mistakenly put down as 1942, but it just squeaked into the end of 1941. Personal note, one of my favorite films ever, in my top five, starring Joel McCrea and Veronica Lake, who I believe was 6 months pregnant at the time. They went out of their way to hide it. You could never tell she was pregnant at all. So, lots to absorb here. It's a comedy and a drama, so it's, what do you want to call it? A dramedy, a comma. It's about a director, John L. Sullivan, played by McCrea, who has had a string of comedy hits. Things, I know they say Hey Hey in the Hayloft was one of them. And he wants to do, suddenly he wants to do the great American film, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Which, as many of you know, was later than someone named the film, the Coen brothers made the film with George Clooney, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Whose title is a tribute to this. So I love, there's a scene in here where he mentions a film to a guy that's trying to talk him out of doing the deep film. And the guy says, Sullivan mentions a film, and the guy goes, it died in Pittsburgh. He goes, what do they know in Pittsburgh? And he goes, they know what they like. And he says, if they knew what they liked, they wouldn't live in Pittsburgh. Which is a great line. Anyway, he, and also in the cast, great little roles, William Demarest, Porter Hall, Franklin Pangborn, Eric Blore. He decides to go on this venture, and they decide to follow him around. So he's trying to see what it's like to be poor. So he dresses up as on a bum, and so does Veronica Lake, who joins him. And they fail miserably because they get as far from all the way to Las Vegas. So, because they've been followed the entire way by all these people that are looking out for his career. So they don't really get to do much of anything until he ditches them, and they get to see, he and Veronica Lake, they hop a train, they get to see the genuine poor. And I think it's not what he thought it would be. It's so much, very much worse. And so, after his time, he feels he's done that, and he goes, all right, I've learned what I need to do. And he gets I think it's $5 bills, a big bag of $5 bills to go out and just give to anonymous home people as a thank you, homeless people. When someone sees that he's been doing that, and near a train station, he knocks him on the head and takes his money. And takes his shoes, in fact, too. And as he's running away with the money, the guy's run over by a train. And when Sullivan regains consciousness, he gets into a fight with a guy, and now he's on the chain gang. And he has lost his memory. And so, while he's on the chain gang, by the way, they get to see a short film. They get to see a silent version of the 1934 black and white Disney cartoon Playful Pluto is in there. And the chain gang guys all love this. So he realizes his memory comes to him, and he does what he feels he needs to do. But I'm not going to tell you anything beyond that. Okay, so you get your comedy all through it. You get your drama all through it. You get a brilliant performance from Joel McCrea. You get a brilliant performance from Veronica Lake, and all the minors. There's not a weak person in there. An incredibly strong script from Preston Sturges, very well directed by him as well, in beautiful black and white. Um, I don't know what there is to say. What's not to love about this film? It. I remember the first time I saw it. It was like shivers and electricity. I just was like amazed by this piece of filmmaking, and I still am. And it's still seen all these years later as an incredibly important film. You know, what's it been now? Almost 84 years? So, whew, it's worth your time. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about because it's one of those things that can't be unseen. Parts of it are, they're kind of hard to look at, I guess, if you have a hard time seeing very difficult scenes of poverty. I mean, they show truly, sad looking poverty of the time. Homeless people, some in, like places where they give you soup and salvation, as the Lone Justice song went, soap, soup, and salvation. Uh, it's one of those, I hear people that they put down Veronica Lake as an actress. I think it's because she was pretty, you know, and whatever. And she was not someone that put up with Hollywood well. Good for her. Um, Constance Ackelman was her real name. But the performances, they so pull you in. And there's great little scenes where he first meets Veronica Lake is just a wonderful scene. Um, and there's just so much. It's such a rich film. It's worth your time. I really hope you. It's easy to find. Okay, this is a super easy film to find. So please watch it. Give it a try. It will do you some good. It is Sullivan's Travels from December 29th, 1941. I will see you next time. Love you all. Bye bye.